Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Black Manga Critic. We are here. We are back on this weekly Shonen Jump Monday holiday. I mean, I don't know. Do I want to call it a holiday? Yeah, why not? It's a holiday for me. I mean, every Monday, I look forward to that weekly Shonen Jump greatness. All right. So we got to get into it. Shokugeki. Woo, Shokugeki. That Food Wars greatness, y'all. I'm looking forward to that. I really love this manga. This manga is a great manga. All right. Again, you can be critical of a manga, right? You can critique a manga and still love it. Sometimes you critique manga because you love it, right? This is a thing. This is a very real thing. All right. So let's get into it. Let's check out these two chapters. See what's going on. Last week we read 250 and 251, I believe. So let's go, man. Let's go. I'm hyped. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for that Shokugeki Soma greatness, the food war greatness. All right, so let's go. Chapter 252 is entitled Final Battle. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Rindo Senpai's dish is complete. Tsukasa Senpai did his part. Now it's your turn, Rindo Senpai. Pick that resistant scum to the curb. Huh? Look, Takumichi finished his dish too. Unbelievable. Both chefs are presenting their dishes at the same time. Our fresh panel of judges will have the chance to begin deliberations on both sides at once. The last card of this tumultuous fourth bout has reached its climax. Now, what will happen? How will our new judges decide? Oh boy. The theme for their card was spear squid, correct? What sort of dish did Takumi make, I wonder? That looks like calamari ripenni. Squid stuffed with savory filling and baked to juicy perfection in the oven. Oh, that's a popular family recipe, especially in southern Italy. That's made up and down the Mediterranean coast. Great choice, Takumichi. It looks amazing. Yeah, when I heard that squid was like the ingredient for it, I was like, yo, this is Takumi, yes, because like in Italy, like octopi, stuff like that, squid, like that. Those are pretty like clams, like stuff like that. Those are pretty like common delicacies and like dishes. So you see a lot of seafood and stuff like that in there. Oh, that's a popular family recipe, especially in southern Italy. Blah blah blah. Huh? Wait a second. That's Rindo Senpai's dish. Wow, it looks really dainty and elegant, almost like a cake at first glance. Is it me, or is that not her usual style? What's gotten into Kobayashi Senpai? Well, what a splendid display. A dish is truly at its best when it's fresh from the oven. Now let's see. Yes. We shall taste Takumi Aldini's dish first. What? They're going to taste the resistance dish first? Dinazami, what are you doing? Fresh piping hot squid. It's gushing with so much delicious umami. I just might burn my tongue. Sir Izami, would you like for us to blow on it for you? Come on, man. Stop talking and start eating. It's like, get out of here with that. Now. It's just so corny. Man, did Takumi put together one seriously appetizing dish? It looks like ikameshi's squid and rice. It may on the surface, but the filling is considerably different from the steamed rice used in ikameshi. Standard calamari ripenni filling is a mixture of breadcrumbs, cheese, eggs, and tomatoes. That sounds really good, actually. The very simplicity of the dish means chef's skill and experience stand out all the more starkly in their handling of the filling. Now then, how does it taste? The rich, juicy savoriness of seafood explodes in the mouth like a breaking wave, so powerful it leaves me writhing. The keystones of this filling are the cheese, tomatoes, squid liver, and anchovies. Correct. I finely diced each and then sauteed them in olive oil with red peppers and garlic until they were nicely fragrant. Added a splash of white wine, simmered it all until tender, and mixed it into the filling. I see. However, the most critical factor contributing to the depth of the dish's flavor is actually on the outside. Huh? The outside? Again, correct. Once the squid liver and anchovies were simmered, I removed the solids. To the remaining sauce, I added heavy cream and heated it until it became thick, or I then seasoned it with a pinch of salt and pepper to make squid liver and anchovy cream sauce. That's really nice. I drizzled the sauce over the baked squid. Its creaminess makes for a stark contrast with the tangy, salty flavors of the filling, giving the tongue endlessly shifting flavors to enjoy. Concentrating solely on making the filling delicious would not lead to the flavor I ultimately wanted for the dish. It had to be the casing and the filling together. Only when those two resonated in perfect harmony would the flavor of the spear squid reach its peak deliciousness. That is my calamari ripegne. This is a truly delicious dish. How delicious. This is okay. We shall display to you using our bodies. With their bodies? Oh, this is so weird. That's so weird. That's like the weirdest thing I've like seen in quite some time. It's so odd. It's such an odd thing. I don't even know how to like react to that. It's weird. It's just weird. A shell of calamari stuffed so full of voluptuously delicious seafood, umami, it's fit to burst. A premier selection of winter's best new fashions, gauzy silk and lace that gently yet flatteringly hugs our curvaceous figures. Made with sheer silk in the image of squid's smooth, glistening skin, this shift is this season's must-buy. Lame appliques that shine like an anchovy scales under the right light, give the piece an air of decadent luxury. Your sweetie will have a hard time keeping their hands off. The calamari lingerie collection. Man, I'm just gonna skip this. This is nonsense. It's so stupid, man. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Like it's like really, man. Like, it's so it's so corny, man. Let's move on. What impressive figures. What incredible lingerie. What does that have to do with anything? It's so dumb. Like I get what the manga is trying to do with like the sort of comparison and the parallels and stuff, but it's so stupid. It's so dumb. I think what would have been even more like I get it. Like they're trying to like make like it's supposed to be so ridiculous and like the strip. I understand it. This is like layers to like to a reaction, kind of like how Rindo doesn't ever really like strip. So, she just kind of reacts, and it takes like a particular thing for her to like actually strip. So I get it, but like this is nonsense. This is so stupid. My, just as I expected, that was a very lovely dish. Whoa, even Dean Azami praised it. Well then, now that we finished the appetizer, let's move on to the main attraction. Hey, Rindo Kobayashi's dish. This is This is a casa, one of Peruvian cuisine's most classic dishes. Kobayashi minced the spear squid, blending it together with egg whites and onions in a food processor before seasoning it with lemon, mayonnaise, and soy sauce. The resulting ground squid she formed into a patty and fried to make a light and fluffy squid burger. At the centerpiece of her dish, she sandwiched the patty between layers of mashed potatoes seasoned with bright yellow ají amarillo. She used her Irish gobbler potatoes, the pride of Hokkaido, to make the mashed potatoes their natural sweetness nicely. Oh, sorry. She used Irish gobbler potatoes, the pride of Hokkaido, to make the mashed potatoes. Their natural sweetness nicely emphasizes the body of the squid's flavor. Ají amarillo is a type of yellow chili pepper, a traditional seasoning in Peruvian cuisine. It has both spiciness and fruity sweetness. But the true surprise is in the layer beneath the squid burger. The classic choice for that position is maguro tuna. However, it seems you made a very unique choice of ingredient instead. Yep. It's pitaruchu. Okay, pitaruchu. Yikes, the master of rare ingredients strikes again. Pita, what now? Is it even edible? Even if it is, should we be eating it? Of course, a whitefish, its mild, juicy flesh is decadent. And depending on how the fish is cooked, it can have a tender, springy texture, not unlike that of a chicken tender. Many consider it to be one of the Amazon's top gourmet ingredients. I'm friends with a guy who breeds them here in Japan. I fished them straight out of the Amazon more than once myself. Really? Whoa. Aha, you are as usual. As always, your usual self, Kobayashi. You put together a splendid dish that is utterly unique, utterly unquestionably you. She takes the vast, savage flavors offered by Mother Nature and transforms them into a beautiful bouquet of hot cuisine. Mr. Aldini's dish was impressive enough with the squid and its filling resonating together to take their flavors to even greater heights. But this one holds the greater surprises. Using the tender, springy flesh of a piraruchu, of all things, to make the flavors of the spear squid shine even more brightly. What powerful impact if I were to attempt to describe it. It would be like a flavor that could transform a person with one single bite. An experience that could take even the flabbiest of bodies and whip it into a perfect shape. The Piraruku miracle training regimen. Even the most inadequately endowed will see an eye-popping results in just 14 days. Those and I move on. I mean, I get it because like it's supposed to show that like they're like it's supposed to like it's right. It's sort of like a metaphor to like represent their own haughtiness, right? Their own like bougie like nature. So I get it, but it's just like I don't care because they bougie. You know, no. And also like it's just kind of ridiculous. Like I just don't care. Our deliberations are complete. If you have any objections, I will hear them now. I have no objections. Ladies and gentlemen, it's unanimous. Rindo Kobayashi Senpai wins. Are you kidding me? The second seed is just too good. Yo, Aldini, that was a pretty nifty dish you put there together there. But it looks like this time it was just a little bit better. So it seems. I put all the skill and talent I have into that dish. However, today, you were the better chef. It's painful, yes, but it's the truth. On a different note, might I ask you a question, Senpai? Huh? I apologize if this is off the mark, but something about you has seemed off this entire bout. Kobayashi-senpai, tell me, why are you so afraid? Oof, that's a question. Idiot. Who's afraid, you little punk? I don't know what you're talking about. Kids these days, nothing but a bunch of smart-mouthed little punks. Huh? What was that about? Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's contest. Tomorrow will be it, the Regiment de Cuisine's final day. Both teams are down to 2 members each. Should one team capture victory in both cards of the 5th bout, that team will claim victory over the entire tournament. However, should the cards split with 1 victory apiece, there will be a 6th bout to determine our final winner. No. There will be no 6th bout. The upcoming 5th bout will be the final battle of the Shokugeki. It is the final bout. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, all right. So we move on to the next chapter, y'all. So that was a cool chapter. Right, I will say this. If I had to give it a ranking, like in terms of enjoyment, it'd be a 6, and yeah, it'd be like a 6. And I say 6 because like I thought there were some great things about the chapter. Like the dishes were great. The layers in those dishes, like that was like whoa. Like Aldina's just was great. But even when as I was reading it, I was like, yo, Rindo, like really, like she put in that work. Like it was like as you were reading it, you could not doubt that hers is just more interesting. I think with Aldina, I think the thing with his dishes is like a lot of the ingredients were kind of like safe in some ways, right? Tomatoes, eggs, something like that. Like salt, pepper, like seasoning, like stuff like that. Like that's like really like straightforward stuff. You know, even though he was using, like, although I will say it like the preparation of that dish is hard because like stuffing squid and doing all that stuff, that's tough. Unless you're like incredibly great, you ain't doing that easily. You're not gonna do that easily. And even then, it's still like pretty hard. So I get it. But Rindo's dish, like some of those ingredients, they were just really interesting. They were really interesting dishes, genuinely. And I was thinking about some of those ingredients, and I was like, like so those things go together, stuff like that. That's the kind of thing that like, you know, like I already understood the second she did that. I was like, oh, that's what Hawk Cuisine is like about. You know, at least for them, like for Izami and these 2 judges and everything like that. The reason why I didn't enjoy this chapter as much as I could have was because of like the whole lingerie thing and the workout plan kind of like both of those things were so stupid. Like really though, I just like they were dumb. They were just dumb. Not really like they weren't necessary at all. The jokes like were just ridiculous. They're just ridiculous jokes. Like I was like, what was the point of that? You know, like what? Like I like. Well, I understood what the point was, but I thought it was just like not very good. I didn't get it. It was just like, what's going on here? You know, so it just dropped it. The chapter could have been a solid 7.5, but it wasn't, because that stuff just dropped it. It just dropped it like a whole 1.5 points. So it was like a solid like 6 for me. I could have enjoyed it way more, but because that stuff was like ridiculous, like it was a 6. You know, so those jokes were, it's just trash, man. Those jokes were trash. The two judges in the lingerie and the workout plan, like trash. And I know they're supposed to make you like hate them because they're bougie and and they're fat shamey and everything like that. But I just thought they were unnecessary jokes. I didn't understand why like that was necessary. Like I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. But I don't know. You know, yeah, I just thought they were stupid. That's how I felt about it. You know, but I really like the dishes. That was what I liked about it. Like that's why like it was like above a 5, because the dishes were really interesting, and I genuinely thought, just like as someone that like kind of gets like that stuff, like you know, that one has like a fiance that is like really great at cooking, and like me who's like just interested in like, you know, ingredients and watches like all these cooking videos and like really loves baking. Like it's really interesting to see like which chef can push the envelope. That's important. And it is, especially if you're like a professional. If you want to be a professional, you got to push the envelope. Like that's not to say like, you know, push the envelope but don't have good tasting food. I'm saying like, I think like Rindo's dish was more interesting for me. Generally speaking, like the squid was cool, and like thinking about stuffing a squid, but the ingredients that were used and everything like that, I thought that were like a little safe. I thought Rindo had some things that were way more interesting. You know, way more interesting. And just like her setup, I thought that was way more interesting. Like Takumi's sort of thing was like very like it, like you understood that like yes, Takumi's from Italy, and like that stuff is like really like that's like pretty popular, and like right in Italy, in coastal like cities in Italy and stuff like that. Like that's pretty common, you know. And but like, you know, I just felt like Takumi's a little safe. Is a little more safe, which is weird because it's like you saw that he went his hardest. But I think it goes to show you that like Rindo's like one had the experience and had the whatchamacallit, ability to do to search for these ingredients and to do these things and to like, you know, think outside the box in a way that I think in the future Takumi will be able to. You know, hopefully this is like an inspiration for Takumi to say, hey, like I gotta travel. I gotta go do these things. You know, I need access in certain ways. And I look forward to seeing that. I look forward to seeing Takumi really do something that's like, well, different. But I thought Rindo's dish was just better. Like it was more interesting. I was thinking about it. I wanted to really eat that. I would love to eat Takumi's too. I just thought it was a little bit safer in the ingredients, not in the preparation, because the preparation I thought like that was phenomenal. I thought that like Takumi's like I think would probably be a bit harder to prepare in some ways. With like stuffing squid, because I think squid is just generally hard to work with, like right, squid, eel, stuff like that, very hard things to work with. But in terms of the dish and the ingredients, Rindo's, that was awesome. So that's how I feel about that chapter. So let's move on to the next chapter because I don't have a lot of time, and I want to get to the Promised Neverland. So let's do that. Food Wars, chapter 253. Let's see. 201. All right. Chapter 253 is entitled True Gourmet. Okay. The upcoming 5th bout will be the final battle of this Shokugeki. It is the final bout. Grandfather? Huh? What's he talking about? The next bout is guaranteed to be the last? there has been an adjustment to the format for the final bout. Only 2 chefs remain on each team. Each chef will still present 1 dish. What has changed is that each team will present their dishes in tandem. Yo, that's different, yo. As a 2-course meal, bruh, that's different. Yo, that's hype. I love that. I love that. I love that. Yo, let's go, man. In other words, one chef shall prepare the appetizer while their partner prepares the main course. Bruh. That's hype. That's hype. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's a cooking manga. As a cooking manga, anytime something like that happens, it's gotta be something that makes sense in the realm of like cooking and like presenting dishes and stuff like that. I love this. I love this. Both dishes served together as a multi-course meal. Oh, wait, whoa, hold on a minute. You're gonna let the top 2 seats on the Council of 10 work together? I already know it'll be so stupidly amazing. It'll be nearly impossible to beat. Oh, did you hear that? A multi-course meal sounds fun. Why would you even suggest something like that, Sir Senzamon? Because Tsukasa is Tsukasa. I mean, he can do it, but he gonna struggle. He gonna struggle. He gonna struggle. He gonna struggle. I love this. This is gonna be very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. And it's such a like character development thing, right? It's such a like, this will show how much character, how much Arena has developed and Soma has developed, in terms of their interaction with one another, and just how much will Tsukasa's skill just like shine through and like cover up his issues with working with people. And I think Rindo could do it, but I don't know. She might not. This is really, really interesting. I love this. There will be no theme ingredient. Chefs may choose whatever they wish. Bruh, if Arena and Soma choose eggs, bro, oh, the hype. Oh, let's go. There will be no theme ingredient. Chefs may choose whatever they wish. However, the course itself will have a theme, which is a truly gourmet multi-course meal. Yo, throwing shade on a zombie, throwing shade. Yo, this chapter already a 10 out of 10, man. Yo, let's go. Have you any objections, Dean? Not in the least. In fact, I think those are highly agreeable conditions and most excellent taste. A musical suite of gourmet composed by Tsukasa and Kobayashi. To taste such a delicacy will be a treat. And the chosen theme is so convenient, I almost feel sorry for the competition. After all, the current Council of 10 is composed only of those chefs who embody my ideal of true gourmet. On the other hand, Arina, as she is now, is completely incapable of creating true gourmet. Huh? Given how well I know her, I can say that with certainty. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure of that. I'd like to think I've changed, Father. The dishes I create now will not be what I once made. Yo, let's go. My apologies, but your precious daughter has become a runaway and a delinquent. The good little girl you once knew no longer exists. Yeah, let's go. That's what I'm talking about, man. 10 out of 10 chapter, yo. Already 10 out of 10 chapter. Let's go. Oh, man. This is so good. This is so good. Nakiri. Now that's what I like to hear. Huh? Hold up. Exactly when was she a good girl? Yeah. I mean, she eats a guy's food. I thinks it's great, but says it's disgusting. Yo, Soma. You can eat her. Don't bring that up now. See Volume 1, Chapter 3. I love that little like sort of old school comic-like note. It's entirely natural for a child to go through a rebellious phase during puberty. As her father, I accept her behavior for what it is. Get out of here, you scumbag. He's one of the, Azami's one of those characters that I absolutely just despise. I just despise him. And right, like his design is very similar to the principal from Assassination Classroom, who you just were like, this man's scum. But it was interesting what Assassination Classroom did with him. I thought that was really, really interesting. right? So like at the end, you weren't like, oh, the guy's like super, super terrible. Like he softened a bit. And I think the author did a great job with that. But here, Azami, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Excellent. Then shall we serve? That shall we just disperse for today? All will meet again here tomorrow. The victor of this final bout decides the future of the Totsuki Institute. Young chefs, prepare your minds and do it well. That's right. Those two can pull it off. Both Yukihira and Nakiri have gotten way better as chefs. And with the skills they have now, they just might. What a cruel father you are, Sir Azami. For that poor child to have her own father say such things to her and in front of the entire crowd, she must be in shock. She's right, sir. She may be our opponent, but with the father acting like you did, it's no wonder she's rebellious. I did what had to be done. My daughter has been contaminated. We must bring her into Central's fold as quickly as possible to purify her of the plague they've infected her with. But most of all, I require her. My daughter is the key to assuring all chefs across the world will be guided along the correct path. Now then, Yukihira and I will begin planning. The Snowy Moon Motel kitchen. Our first priority is to determine who will make which course. After that, we will discuss the specific dishes of our course. Is there anything we can do to help? Taste testing? Practice dish help? Name it and we'll do it. You know what they say about too many cooks in the kitchen. All of you standing around shouting opinions will only waste time. We gotta pare down. Okay. You two first years and Ishiki, you will be the Polaris rep. You three stick around to give advice. Got it? Good. But Senpai, Yukihira and Nakiri are fighting to repeal our expulsions. We can't just sit around and do nothing. We aren't. Our job is to have faith in them and to wait patiently for their victory. Fuga. Besides, all-nighters aren't good for your skin. Now go to bed and get your beauty rest. Got it? Yes. Yukihira, let's begin. You got it. Working together. Love it. Yeah, of course he can't sleep. Man. Oh, I wanted to see that. Like, I mean, I know why we don't see it because like they're trying to move more quickly, but I wish I could have seen a bit of that. I don't know. Maybe we'll get it during the match. That would be great if we got like a flashback and we saw certain things. I actually want this match to last a bit longer than like I want it to last a bit. I want to see those flashbacks. I want to see what happened during the preparations. I need to see that. Okay. The next morning, man, who would have thought it'd come down to a 2-on-2 match? Yeah, it's practically a shoo-in for us. I mean, there's no way the first and second seeds can lose. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 3. As the audience and participants slowly file into the arena, you can feel the tension in the air grow. It's electric. And please direct your attention to the stage. It seems Council of 10 members, Aishi Tsukasa and Rindo Kobayashi, have just arrived. Tsukasa, you gonna be okay? You're not totally recovered from yesterday, are you? Strangely enough, I'm feeling pretty good. In fact, my mind feels sharp and clear. I think I'm in near peak condition. First seat, second seat. May I ask who is assigned to which course? Senpai, how long are the effects of your rose syrup gonna last? Who knows? And what does it matter anyway? She's way cuter this way. Sure, I'm gonna do the appetizer. Tsukasa is handling the main dish. I guess we shouldn't be surprised if the first seat is making the main course. I wonder how Yukihira and Erinachi divvied it up. Ah, Megumi, Takumi, did last night's training go? How did last night's training go? Well, they both look exhausted and stressed out. But why? Ikishi senpai, what happened in the meeting? Who's doing that what dish? Well, you see. Rock, paper, scissors. Please don't tell me. 1, 2. They haven't even decided who's making what yet. Do they even know what teamwork means? Gah, I'm stuck with the appetizer. I wanted to do the main course so I could close it out with a bang. Whatever the case, it's time. Chefs, to your kitchens. The final bout will now begin. That was awesome. That was an awesome chapter. And I love that, right? Like, that's what I'm talking about. The way they sort of like, you know, that was really funny. Like rock, paper, scissors. like that, and that's a typical thing, right? Because it's like their relationship is, it's not like, oh, they were prickly with one another and now they're always nice to one another. That's not how like that works. You know what I mean? There are people who are, you know, who seem like on the surface to be like, ugh, but really they're like that, like that's how they get along. That's how they like do things. You know, and of course they're exhausted. They stayed up all night probably. But I like that. I thought it was great. Like it wasn't like, oh, now they're the perfect team and they'll, you know, of course they'll decide, right? Because like Erina is naturally like assertive. Yukihira is naturally assertive in certain ways. So of course they're gonna clash in that way. But I like that. I like that. Doesn't mean they can't work together and they can't come up with a great two dish menu, two dish course, right? But I really liked it. That was an awesome chapter. That was really, really good. Yeah, I want to see how Yuta will Sukata Sensei will redeem Azami. If he does. I don't think he can be redeemed because like to me, like anytime like I see like a character that like abuses like their child, yeah, it doesn't work for me. But like that's for me. But again, like, you know, this is Irina's father. We got to see how that works out, everything like that. I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't really accept that, but let's see what happens. You know, but I generally do not. I don't think he should be. So that's just how I feel about it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna react to Haikyuu later, but I'm gonna react to The Promised Neverland next. Because I have some time. And I want to make sure that I get to work on time and everything like that. It's like I can actually like literally walk to work, but still, you know, that can sometimes mess you up. All right, so I'm the Black Manga Critic. This was a 10 out of 10 chapter. I love it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. I wish I got to see a bit of like what happened overnight, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna hold that against the chapter because I thought the chapter was like really, really well done, really phenomenal stuff. That switch, really good work, really good work. All right. So I'm the Black Manga Critic. Shouts out to MidMat44 for coming through. Shouts out to Shuganma for coming through. Both of y'all are awesome. Okay. Just to quickly mention, like, I'm definitely I gotta get back to my Yona stream. So I'm gonna do a Yona stream tomorrow. It's gonna be late. It's gonna be pretty late. Because like my day is like just basically packed with like work and stuff. So it's gonna be a late reaction. But it's gonna be a good reaction, hopefully. All right, so really want to get back to that Akatsuki, you know, Yona greatness. Okay, so I'm the Black Manga Critic. Shout out to both of you for coming through, and I'm out.